You've probably noticed it yourself. The way young people talk to each other, it's just different now, right? And a huge part of that is social media. It's changing the game so fast, it's hard to keep up, and it's altering the very fabric of conversation. So what's really going on here? Let's dive in.
And that brings us to the big question, the one at the heart of all of this. Are we actually losing the art of conversation as we know it? Or is it just evolving? Is it changing into something new, something more digital? That's the real tension we're going to unpack. So, to really get a handle on this, we've got to ask, where is all this talking even happening? You know, in the old days, it was the town square, the local hangout. Well, today, that central gathering place, it's gone digital.
And you got to understand, for a lot of younger people, the internet isn't some separate reality they visit. It's where life happens. If past generations hung out at the mall or the park, today that center of social gravity has shifted online. It's not a secondary world. For many, it's the primary one.
And we are not talking about a smaller group here. I mean, look at this number. A staggering 95% of teens have access to a smartphone. That is near universal access. It means the digital world isn't just an option, it's a constant, always-on presence, making it the default place for so much of their interaction.
So what does this new kind of communication actually look like? Well, let's call it digital dialogue. We're talking about texts, DMs, social media posts, the whole shebang. And it's defined by a few key things. It's fast, it's short, and the audience, well, the audience can be absolutely massive and often very public. And that changes everything.
Okay, but here's the thing. This new way of talking, it's a real double-edged sword. So first, let's look at the good stuff, the really powerful new ways that it's letting young people connect with each other.
There are some serious upsides here. For one, it's never been easier to keep friendships going across huge distances. And maybe more importantly, it lets kids find their tribe, niche communities that support them, something they might never find in their local town. They also get really good at writing clearly and concisely. And for shyer kids, well, it can be a total game changer, giving them a space where they feel way more comfortable opening up.
And nothing really brings this home like hearing it from someone living it. This quote from a teen forum user just says it all, doesn't it? It shows how these digital connections can sometimes feel even more real and supportive than the ones you have face to face. It's all about that deep need to be understood.
All right, so that's the upside. But now we have to flip the coin. Because for all those benefits, there are some pretty big, unspoken costs that come with a life lived mostly through a screen.
I mean, just think about what's missing when you're texting. You lose all that nonverbal stuff, the tone of voice, a smile, body language, all the things that give conversation its real meaning. And that means it's super easy to misunderstand each other. Plus, there's this crazy pressure to be on all the time, performing for everyone. And maybe the biggest thing, you get a lot less practice dealing with tough conversations in person.
This chart right here does a fantastic job of laying it all out. Look at the difference. Face-to-face is packed with nuance, and it's spontaneous, but the words kind of disappear into memory. Digital text, it's the total opposite. It's deliberate, you can edit it forever, and it's permanent, but it has almost no nuance outside of an emoji. Even the audience is different, from a few people you know to, well, potentially the entire world. These are massive changes.
And at the end of the day, it really boils down to what this communications expert points out. What's getting lost is the emotional subtext. That little hesitation in someone's voice, a quick look that says, it's okay, that's the data we use to really connect. And in a world of text, a lot of that data is just gone.
So you've got the good, you've got the bad. Where does that leave us? Well, the reality is, this isn't a simple story. We're not watching something die. We're watching something evolve. And we need to think about it in a much more nuanced way.
So let's break it down into 3 simple realities. First, this whole digital communication thing, it's not good or bad. It's a new tool, and it has a whole new set of rules we're all still figuring out. Second, that means both skill sets, digital and in-person, are absolutely vital now. And third, the most important thing is just awareness. Knowing the limits of a text message and knowing when you need to pick up the phone or meet in person, that's the first huge step.
And that brings us to the most crucial point. Maybe the best way to look at this is that we're not raising a generation that's losing the ability to communicate. What we're actually doing is raising the first generation that is truly bilingual. They're becoming fluent in 2 different languages, face-to-face conversation and digital dialogue. The challenge, of course, is making sure they know which language to use and when.
So, that leaves all of us with a pretty big question to chew on. As our dialogue keeps changing right before our eyes, what is our responsibility? What do we need to teach the next generation so that they can truly master both of these worlds?